Hi, it's your friend Phil, Project Management Trainer and Coach. What is project management? Project management involves both learned and natural skills used by many people to some degree at work and at home, in volunteer roles or in paid roles. Project management involves applying everything you've got to get a short-term job done, such as building a house, a bridge, a shopping complex, developing software or hardware, home improvements, events, birthday parties, network installs, building a website, cooking dinner, building a shed, assembling a unit, or even studying to pass an exam. What do all these have in common? A definite beginning and end. All projects have a beginning and an end. The end of the project is either when the main goal has been accomplished or when the project team is stopped by the customer because they no longer need the project or the project requirements have become obsolete. Project management can be said to be the art and science of accomplishing goals, completing tasks, and successfully completing projects within scope, schedule, and budget. Project management is carried out through the application of methods, tools, tactics, skills, leadership, knowledge, and everything you've got, including determination, discipline, focus, ruggedness, doggedness, and any other valuable abilities to get the job done. Project management is both science of budgeting, scheduling, risk, and scope management, and also an art, the art of communicating, negotiating, stakeholder leadership, and leadership. There are 5 stages of project management documented in the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide, the PMBOK Guide. These stages are 1. Initiating the project, which involves authorizing the project. 2. Planning the project, developing a plan of action for the project. 3. Executing the plan that has been developed. 4. Monitoring and controlling, monitoring the work and controlling the work as it proceeds. And lastly, closing the project when all has been accomplished. Let's talk about initiating. Projects usually start off as a result of an identified need or an advancement in technology, or an idea to satisfy a need, or an idea to generate a need, or an idea to generate higher demand for a need, or a legal requirement. This is followed by the vetting of the concept in question, and then the authorization of the project. In formal terms, projects are authorized through the issuance of a document known as a project charter. This charter could be formally signed and authorized by someone known as a project sponsor. This charter authorizes the project and the project manager to apply company resources and lead the project team to success. The project manager should lead, guide, and serve the team to successfully carry out the identified work and achieve success. The project manager and the project team should begin to identify all entities or individuals who could affect the project or be affected by the project's outcome. This information is documented in a stakeholder register. The team should assess how involved or engaged these individuals need to be throughout the project. The project manager could plot the stakeholders on an x-axis, interest, and a y-axis, power. Based on how powerful or interested the stakeholders are on the project manager and the team will engage these individuals at the appropriate level. Next, the project manager and the team should develop a plan for how best to deliver the project's main objectives, and that takes us to the next stage, planning. Areas in this plan could include any of the following: schedule, cost, scope, quality, human resources, communications, and risk management. So let's start off talking about scope. This involves defining the full scope of all that needs to be done to deliver the project's deliverable, be it a product, a service, or result. Documenting this scope is referred to as a scope baseline. The plan for how to manage scope in its entirety is called a scope management plan. Let's talk about schedule. This area is also known as time management. This involves planning how long the project will take and how to keep to the approved schedule. It involves developing a schedule, as you can see on the right, and also the schedule management plan, which drives the development of the schedule itself. Let's talk about cost. Cost management involves planning how much the project will cost and how to keep to the approved budget. Cost management involves developing a cost management plan and determining the budget. Quality management. This involves determining the quality requirements and how best to meet them. One of the plans developed in this area is called a quality management plan. It's all about how to meet the customer's requirements, making sure that the deliverable is fit for use and conforms to requirements. Human resource management. This involves planning how to acquire additional team members needed to complete the project. Human resource management involves acquiring the team and planning how to develop and manage the team. Communications management. This involves planning how best to communicate various aspects of the project at different times on the project. Risk management. Planning how best to manage risks, identify risks, analyze risks, and respond to risks. Risks in the world of project management refers to uncertainty that can impact the project either positively or negatively. Procurement management. This involves planning how to engage in any necessary contracts to procure items or resources needed for the project. Stakeholder management. Planning how best to engage identified stakeholders on the project. And change management. Planning how best to manage change on the project. Lastly, integrating, combining, and unifying all of these little plans into one master plan is what should be done in the final stage. Combine all the plans to give one master project management plan. This master plan is known as a project management plan, and this encapsulates all of our efforts throughout the planning stage. The project management plan is a formal, documented plan usually approved by management, the sponsor, and the customer that should only change with their approval. Let's talk about executing. Next, the project management plan should be executed through the implementation of identified actions in the plan. As this is being done, the project manager should be leading, encouraging, motivating, and assisting the team to accomplish the collective and individual project goals. The project manager should be involved in checking the work as the project progresses, ensuring that conflicts are resolved, ensuring that communication is transparent, and coordinating the team to deliver incremental project results. Let's talk about the monitoring and controlling stage. As the project is being executed, the project manager and the team should be involved in monitoring and controlling the project work to ensure all plans are carried out and that work is moving along as previously identified in the project management plan. Monitoring and controlling begins from the moment the project is initiated and continues till the project ends. A large part of monitoring and controlling a project is the management of change requests, known as integrated change control. This means that all change requests should be requested formally in an approved format usually known as a change request form or a change order. Monitoring and controlling also involves ensuring that all aspects of the project management plan are as effective as can be and are updated or modified with key stakeholder and customer approval if they are no longer relevant or are not working as required. As part of monitoring and controlling, the project manager and the team should obtain customer and sponsor feedback early and often to ensure the project is on track and to avoid any surprises at project end. Let's talk about closing. After all project deliverables have been approved by the customer and all requirements are met, the project team should transition the deliverable to the customer. The project team should also take account for what went well and what didn't. These are documented as lessons learned and used to improve on processes in other projects or the organization as a whole. This is also referred to as a post-mortem analysis. Typically, project deliverables are transitioned to the customer's operations team and the project team moves on to yet another project. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of what is project management. If you would like to take a project management course such as the PMP exam course or Project Management 101 in your firm, please contact us at www.praizion.com. Thank you for your audience and enjoy your project management.